today I'm going to go completely candid with all of you. That's why personalization makes a lot of difference. Actually end up losing weight. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, the #1 place for permanent weight loss without any fad diet or fancy gym. In today's video, I will be taking you through some of the mindset shifts and other weight loss principles that I have used to get a very sustainable result in my own weight loss journey, and the things that I do now with my clients that also helps them achieve the same. A lot of you might have seen this video or this one where I talk a little bit about my journey, but here today I'm going to go completely candid with all of you with all the different stages of my weight loss journey so that you know the whole truth. So if you're someone who is struggling with motivation to work out or to stick to a healthy diet, or if you're someone who is also struggling to understand why aren't you getting the results, then this video is really for you. So if this sounds interesting, let's dive in. For the longest time, since 2002, since I gained a lot of weight, I have always wanted to lose weight. One of the things that I was able to do to some extent was follow some sort of a diet, but I just couldn't follow a workout regime for XYZ reasons. The truth was that I never felt very motivated to work out. And however, around 2012, I heard of a quote from Jack Ma, which basically said that if you're someone who wants to be an entrepreneur ever in your life, then today start spending an hour working out, because once you become an entrepreneur, you will never get the time. So unless it's a habit, your health will be severely compromised. That was the click for me, because since my 8th grade, I wanted to have a business of my own. I didn't know what business I wanted, but I wanted a business. And for me, that was it. I think since 2012, for the longest time, I have never missed walking, ever. For me, I think workout has become like a superstition. That if I don't work out, I would probably not have a successful business. And this is something I have noticed even with my clients, that motivation is very important, and sometimes the motivation doesn't have to come from the area you want to work on. Understand that the most motivating things are health, wealth, and relationships. If you find your weight loss or workout goals motivating you to achieve something in other areas, you will be far more motivated. In my case, it was business, but with my clients, I have noticed like people who want to have children or who are trying to lose weight to be a fitter mom for their kids actually end up losing weight. So find a motivation outside just losing weight to motivate you to do the things that require to lose weight. So since the time I have begun my weight loss journey, these are the principles I have used that helped me not only lose weight but keep it off, and I hope that helps you too. Point number 1, numbers matter, but what numbers you track matter even more. So what do I mean by this? So obviously when you're looking at weight loss, the most obvious thing you will think is that you need to track how much weight you're losing. This is the problem. What you need to do probably here is to not only look at the weight loss, but also look at other markers of your root cause are also getting positively impacted or not. For example, you might be losing weight, but what if you're still insulin resistant? You might be losing weight, but what if your gut health is not improving? You can't lose weight at the cost of health, which is why you should look at both the things. And this is what I do, and you can see in this example that I not only track the weight, but I also track how they're performing on their root causes. If you are interested in understanding more about the root causes, you can also check out my free quiz, which actually takes you through the same process and gives you the root cause for your weight loss. A good example for a corporate person would be that if you are in marketing or sales, it's important to track how much revenue or market share you're gaining, but also people do a 6P analysis. And the reason you do the 6P analysis even for successful brands is that you don't want to keep your eyes off a particular point which can later on come and bite you. And it's the same reason why I also emphasize on looking at certain health and root cause parameters so that we get sustainable weight loss. The next point is plateauing is normal. Now this is where a lot of people give up because they are like, okay, the weight is not moving. And I want to give you an example here. Between these, this is my weight loss tracking, and you can see here that I have gone on to plateau for a really long time in this particular phase. And then I started losing weight. Every time I plateaued, I had a bigger aha moment, and it has helped me grow better into getting a sustainable weight loss. The first time I plateaued when I was still walking, but I was not making too much of lifestyle changes. When I started reducing eating out, not completely, but a lot more than usual, I noticed a big difference in breaking the plateau, which tells me that, you cannot eat very healthy continuously if you're eating out. You have to be smart about it. Again, the next plateau I had was about my body fat percentage, that even though I had lost weight, I still continue to have a belly fat. So to reach this particular weight, which is one of my lowest body fat percentage, I had to change my macro strategy. I had to change my workout strategy. Now, had I not plateaued, I would have not even learned a lot about my own root causes, and I would have never grown as a person understanding what works for my body or not. So it's very important that you think of your plateau as a blessing, and once you overcome it, you will learn how to strategize, and that's very important. The next point is one thing that it took me a long time to realize, is that don't take others' opinion very seriously. I'm sure if you have been on any kind of diet, or you've been trying to lose weight, or you're trying to work out, you'd have this discussion with family, friends, and you will have 10,000 opinions on what you should do or should not do, and that gets really annoying. It also gets extremely confusing. And this is something took me a while, because I used to either get very defensive or get very upset and feel like nobody understands me. What I later on realized is that people give you advice more out of love. They don't know what advice they should give. But more than that, it's very important for me to understand that I can't take advice from everyone. It won't work for me, because they and I are not the same. To give you an example, from a business point of view, if you are, say, a diaper brand manager, would you take feedback on the commercial or on the product from people who don't have kids? It's the same thing. If you are a woman who is struggling with PCOS or who has a PCOS history, does it really make sense to take advice from your husband? Think about it. So, which is why I have this root cause quiz, and if you're very curious, do it with the person who gives you the most advice. So far in the video, I have shared with you how the motivation to your weight loss actually need not come from just your health, could come from some other areas like wealth or relationship. The next tip that you have learned is that plateauing is important. The other tip that you have learned is that numbers matter, but what you track matters more. And you have also learned that take advice from people who have an awareness of your root cause. So while you wait for the next week's video, you can check out this video, and I'll see you in the next video.